Hey champions, Arian, Tyson here. Wanted to shoot this video to really talk to you about why life experiences are critically important. Why having or gaining life experiences are critically important. What I've discovered is we can often be bogged down by what our own perspective is, to the point that we become very narrow-minded and believe that their way or our way is the only correct way. But I want to challenge you on that, because everyone goes through different experiences, and you can't be so turned off that you don't hear a person out or listen to someone else's experience. Here's what I've learned. It's interesting in having only one perspective, because it seems to us that our view of the world will only really change based on what we and not other people experience. Now, though I don't rely on fate per se, we do seem to be at the mercy of our own experiences. So bear with me when I say we have no choice but to see the world in the way that we've seen it. But consider other perspectives is healthy and can be done. But there is a large gap between understanding it and getting it. For example, think about Steve Jobs and Apple. Consumers understood what it was that made Apple successful, but only Steve Jobs and company got it. Otherwise, competitors would have raced in and stole market share. And believe me, they tried. But their shallow attempts to copy Apple's formula was missing the core ingredient. Appleness, if that's a word. When we read Jobs' biography and hear about his odd ways, his eccentric ways, we may understand it, but only he and perhaps a select few people close to him really got him. As your circle gets smaller, your vision becomes bigger, and only certain people will understand. Experience then has tremendous value. I don't know about you, but for me, this changes the way I look at everyone else. To expect others to be even able to have the same views and feelings you do is to suggest that they have experienced all that you have. And that's just certainly not true. And this immediately enlightens me to the value of getting out of your comfort zone. We simply can't be well-rounded individuals without experience in the things that create that. It masterfully illuminates what I'm just now realizing, that there is no replacement for experience. Think about the warmth and protective care of a parent. Think about the selflessness that one learns by raising a child. Think about the solemn, harsh reality of war. Or think about the pain and tragedy of losing a friend. Think about the challenges in all life's phases, emotional, physically, spiritually, that poor health and chronic illness brings. Think about the adrenaline rush and euphoria of winning the Super Bowl or some other championship, individually or as a team. Think about the comfort and joy of having complete trust in another person. Think about the depth of love of a long married couple. Think about the first time you experienced culture shock. Think about the pride in creating something. Think about the emotional anguish of a broken heart. And I know a lot of us can speak to that. Think about the horror of genocide and other heinous crimes. Think about the wonder of childhood. Think about being human. They all change us. That's the point. They make us happy, bitter, nostalgic, homesick, cynical, open-minded, closed-minded, angry, scared, compassionate, even courageous. Together, they broaden our mind and temper our extremes, though individually some may drive us to extremes. But what does this all mean? I suppose it is good and bad, or just the way life is. Our experiences add up to create lives, and they are what we truly know. It isn't enough to know of. I know of scuba diving. I know of skydiving, but I don't know it like someone who has done it. And for the record, I have been scuba diving and I have skydived. So if you want to go out or stay in and experience something new, skydiving, as I just mentioned, traveling, babysitting, creating something, etc. When you finish, find someone else who has done that and talk to them about it. Now, I might start challenging myself and you to try new things. So beware, because everything we want is on the other side of fear. Don't let fear imprison you any longer. Allow it to push you to greatness and allow it to liberate you. So I wanted to share that with you. I hope it was of value to you, give you something to think about as you go about your day today. If it did, feel free to leave me a comment. Feel free to share this video. And of course, remember, in life, you have two choices. You can make moves or you can make excuses, but you most certainly cannot do both. It's yours truly, Arian Tyson, the Moving Motivator, and I will talk to you on the next one. Peace.